Let's move over to financial services. JPMorgan is one of those big Wall Street banks that makes a lot of money.
No.
That doesn't mean that CEO Jamie Dimon isn't looking to tighten up the purse strings just a little bit. And now we see reports that he's looking to cut the Bloomberg terminals at his business. And when you consider that a Bloomberg terminal costs $21,000 a year to, I guess, rent.
Yeah.
And they've got, what, a couple thousand?
They're spending easily a couple thousand. I saw a number, and you'd hope I would have verified it before I came into the studio, but I saw a number that was in the 8 digits for how much they're spending on Bloomberg each year at JPMorgan. I mean, I
kind of like that Jamie Dimon is saying, you know what? We don't need all these, and maybe we don't need any of these.
Yeah, I think that probably the folks at so I'm trying to use a different word than mafia, but I'm going to fail at it. I think that that Bloomberg is the closest thing to like a mafia power that exists in finance, because it is such a default, and they have been able for years to come in and say, well, this is our pricing. Discount? No, there's no discount. This is our pricing. So even for places like even for places like JPMorgan, there are now credible alternatives to Bloomberg, and one that's very exciting to a lot of people is called Icon, and it's
not tied to Carl Icahn, is it?
No, but that would be awesome. Okay. Yeah, different spelling. It's EIKON.
Okay.
Yeah, so Carl Icahn. I bet he's going to try and take credit for it now. He's like, why didn't I think of that? Yeah, so they may be negotiating a little bit, but it may be as much a message for his staff inside is, if you want this $21,000 a year terminal, you had best be producing. So if you are a producer, we have no problem whatsoever. But if you're not a producer, this is the beginning of a list of things that are that are at question, probably including your job. But we'll start here.
And for those unfamiliar, because Bloomberg, just as general consumers as retail investors, Bloomberg, we're much more likely to encounter Bloomberg, the news organization, Bloomberg podcasts, etc. And Michael Bloomberg built that media empire, but he built the goose that lays the golden egg year after year for Bloomberg is these terminals, which cost $21,000 a year and essentially give you any financial information you could ever want at your fingertips. And in the 1980s and the 1990s, I could see where, well, this is a must-have. We have to have this. But now we just sort of look at it, and I don't know.
Bloomberg is the closest thing that that you have on Wall Street that is like the Owl Network in Harry Potter world. Not only do they get they have their own news service, and it's a closed environment, but they also have a messaging service that is highly prized, because everyone on Wall Street, and by Wall Street I don't just mean New York City, I mean San Francisco, Tokyo, Kazakhstan, whoever is in finance, they have a Bloomberg terminal so they can speak with each other. It's a secured messaging system, and it's closed. But I think that I think that the vapor lock they have on that business is breaking a little bit, and Jamie Dimon is swinging a hammer. But it's not something that people who are outside of finance are necessarily familiar with, just how dependent people are in finance on Bloomberg.
Well, and I can see, particularly for smaller outfits, not necessarily for something the size of JPMorgan, but I can see for smaller outfits, there's one of the benefits. It's a little bit of a status symbol. You're bringing clients in. Oh yeah, we're in touch with everything because we've got a Bloomberg terminal.
Every picture of every trading floor or every PM shop you've ever seen seems to have a Bloomberg terminal in the back, and it's got some chart or whatever. That's an expensive backdrop. We don't have one. We don't use Bloomberg at all. I mean, I think that we are. We're definitely out of the ordinary. Whenever we get asked by a broker, they say, "Well, send us your Bloomberg contact," and we don't have one. But I don't see the need for us. I really don't, and I think that the absolute need amongst people in finance is declining.